Alright mayo makers, let's get that creamy homemade goodness safe and delicious, because nobody wants their sandwich spread to become a science experiment gone wrong. First things first, homemade mayo is a whole different ballgame from the store-bought stuff. Why? Well, we're working with raw eggs here folks, which means we need to be extra careful with storage and handling. Here's the golden rule. Homemade mayo needs to be stored in the fridge and will stay good for a week. Yeah, just a week. That store-bought jar may last months, but your homemade version is more like a fresh product with a shorter shelf life. Let's talk temperature. Your mayo needs to stay cold, like below 40 degrees cold. The moment you finish whipping up that batch, get it into a clean, airtight container and straight into the fridge. No dawdling on the counter. And a pro tip here, if you want to make your mayo last longer, use pasteurized eggs when making it. They're specifically treated to reduce bacteria. While still raw, they're going to give you a little more peace of mind and usually an extra couple of days of shelf life. And the container matters big time. Use a squeaky clean glass jar or plastic container with a tight fitting lid. And please resist the urge to keep dipping utensils back into the jar. That's just asking for bacterial trouble. Instead, scoop out what you need with a clean spoon each time. So how do you spot if mayo's gone bad? Well, if it starts to separate beyond what a good stir can fix, if it develops any odours or shows any sign of mould, even tiny spots, it's time to say goodbye. Watch for any change in colour or texture. Room temperature is homemade mayo's worst enemy. Never leave it out for more than 2 hours. And if it's a hot day, that window shrinks to just 1 hour. Think of mayo really like ice cream. If you're planning a picnic, keep that homemade mayo in a cooler with plenty of ice packs and try to use it up rather than taking it back home. Temperature fluctuations are not your friend with mayo. And that's all we have on mayo for today. If you have any questions about mayo safety or storage, just pop them in the comments and I'm going to get to every single one of them myself. As always, go wash your hands.